Hi guys, welcome back. If you're new here, go on and hit that subscribe. In today's video, I'm going to fill in these press-ons. Yes, you heard me correctly. I'm going to do an infill on these press-ons. I did these press-ons for my Easter set. That's about 2.5–3 weeks ago now. And they're just kind of growing out to that point where it's like catching your hair and it's kind of like bejeezing you a little bit. Now, they haven't lifted anywhere. Like I said, they're just kind of growing out. So I've decided I'm going to see how or if I can do a fill-in on them. So now I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to file off the gel polish that I have on these nails. So with that being said, you don't want to go too hard or too fast with your drill because I don't want to eat into the actual tip. All that is on my hand is just a tip. So I really just kind of want to like take my time and just get off the polish and not go too deep. So as we're filing here, I want to be sure to get off any like a lifting, any grown out, any edged of these nails because I don't want any moisture to get caught in there. And if you don't get off the lifting, as we're going to do our infill, all that's going to happen is this is going to be more prone to lifting and breaking. So we want to make sure that we get it right down, kind of right down to your natural nail, all around your cuticle area. Now after we've gone through and we've done all the filing that we need to do, we are going to go in and we are going to push back our cuticles. And now with our cuticle bit, we're just going to go in and remove any dead cuticles off of the nail. Alright, we got all that dead cuticle off. They're looking nice, looking good. So I do want to go in with my sanding band and I'm just going to go around the cuticle area one last time and I just want to make sure that I get off just any extra, anything that is there, make sure it's all nice and smooth, and then I'm going to go in and do my infill. So here we are, all nice and done. And honestly guys, I'm actually impressed of how this is working. I don't know if anybody else has done this or thought of this. I guarantee it more than likely. But I don't always want to take off my nails, especially if I just did a press-on set and they're still in good condition. They're just growing out. And I was like, why can't I just fill them and then just do a whole new look? And I was also thinking, extension, maybe not. But you can change your shape. You can change anything like that, no different. Only thing I would recommend is doing the shape changing either before you take off your gel or after you do your fill. Because right now these nails are very, very thin because I've taken them down pretty much to like their thinnest layer. So right now I wouldn't recommend doing any shaping because you might actually just crack the nail. So I'd recommend doing your fill first or kind of shape them a little bit while you still have the gel on, the gel polish I mean. So I'm just going to go in, this is how I normally would prep, even if I'm going to do just a regular gel extension, if I'm going to do even a press-on, to be honest, I usually dehydrate and put protein bond on as well. So that's what I'm going to do here, and then I'm going to go in with my base. I do protein bond once over the whole nail, and I do base over the whole nail. You do want to give the gel something to stick to, so I really think protein bond once over the whole nail, And then definitely do your base over the whole nail as well. So that way the gel that we're going to put on, because we're going to want to build up these tips, or not these tips, sorry, these press-ons a little bit, because like I said guys, I brought these down to like their thinnest layer. So I'm going to want to put a little bit of thickness on them so that way they just can hold their shape and be sturdy. Right now they are very, very thin. So today I'm going to use the Young Nails base coat. I personally love the base coat of Young Nails. I think I just really prefer a pot base coat because I think you can just really get it in there with your brush. So base coat, you don't want to go too thick. You really want a thin layer and you want to work it into that nail. So you want to give it in all the little crevices, just do a thin layer and then kind of just work your brush into that nail. Really get her in there. So here I'm just going to go in, I'm going to start around my cuticle area and then work it down a little bit. So you want to really be sure guys not to flood your cuticle, so take your time here with your gel. I'm using the Benelisa gel. I truly love Benelisa gel, so I like the consistency of this. I think it works well for me. It's not too thick and it's not too thin, so I don't know, I said it just works. So when I'm good, I like it. I'm not going to build up here. I just want to seal everything in. Then I'm going to cure that. Once that's cured, I'm going to take it out. Now I'm going to build up the tip of this nail a little bit and work it back. Like I said, guys, because these are press-ons and I did have polish over top of them and I took it down, I did take it down. You're going to get some of that plastic of the press-on or gel, whatever your press-on is. So they're really thin. These would just break so easily. So I want to build them up to give them a little bit of strength. Right now they're quite weak. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to do exactly the same technique on the rest of my nails. And that's it guys. Like I said, I start in the middle, I work around my cuticle area with my gels and work my way down. Sometimes I'll try to do it in one bead. That's extra. I think even this hand, or was the next finger, I don't know. One of the fingers I tried to do it one bead method and it did flood my cuticle. So I'm just not there yet. 2 beads to me works well, and I think that's the way that I'm gonna kind of stick to it for now. As you see here guys, I'm going to go in and I'm going to wipe the sides of my cuticle area, my side walls, because it did flood. So after everything is fully cured, I'm going to go in with my gel wipe solution, and this is just what I made. It's just 60% acetone and 40% alcohol. And that's it. I just wipe off the sticky layer. Really try to wipe down when you're wiping. I'm not having a good example right here, but if you wipe down, you will be sure not to get any raw gel on your fingers, which is important. So now I'm just going to go into my file method. I try my best to just stay straight. These don't need a lot of shaping, but I do want to bring them in just a little bit. So this file that I'm using is a metal file, and you just stick your files to the sides of them. I really like the metal files because it's just sturdier. They just don't bend, so I really like that. Now I have right now a 180 and a 240 grit, which is perfectly fine for gel. Gel is very soft, so you don't really need a 100 grit file. It'll eat through it way faster. So I find a 180 grit is perfectly fine for gel products. And here, guys, if you're wondering, like, God, girl, just pull out your drill already. Yes, I can pull my drill out and I can do this a lot faster. The reason I do majority of my nails hand filing is so I get the practice with hand filing. I feel like I said, guys, that's somewhere where I need to work on. So for the most part, I try to hand file majority of my nail shapes. So I'm just going to continue to do the same file method for my other 3 fingers. Now I'm just going to go in with my drill and go around my cuticle and just make sure everything is nice, smooth, and even. And then we will continue on and we'll just go on and buff them. Like, I don't know, guys. I have to admit, like, I'm very impressed with this method. I feel like, yay, I'm gonna get a, hopefully, if they don't lift or anything, but I'm gonna get at least a couple more weeks out of these nails. And yeah, I'm gonna change them up. I'm gonna do some different artwork. Love it. Alright, so now I'm just gonna go in and just gonna make sure my shape is good, match them, and give them a good buff so everything is nice and even. And then I'm gonna go in and clean underneath my nails. So now I'm just going to go in with this little needle bit here and I'm going to clean underneath my nails. Now, the gel that I used to adhere these press-ons was the Born Pretty gel. And it almost has like a rubbery consistency when it cures. So I'm really trying to take off some of that stuff underneath there. Please, guys, be careful. These are sharp and you can stab yourself. Let me know, guys, is there a name for this? Is there a name for a press-on infill? I gotta know, let me know in the comments. Alright guys, so hands are all washed, all nails nice and done. I like it, to be honest. They're just as good, they're like brand new nails. Let me know what you guys would call this method. Would you guys even try this? Let me know in the comments below. And I believe you can do this with anything. You could do this with polygel, you could do this with acrylic. As long as you get up all the lifting, you should be good to go. Let me know if you guys would try this one. I appreciate you guys so much. If you haven't, make sure you guys are following me. Make sure you guys subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!